Joumanna, give us some insight. I mean, what is on the agenda for this COP?
Yeah, let's just start with the scene setter for COP29 itself. Many world leaders have chosen not to attend, by the way, including the likes of President Biden, President Xi from China, amongst some of the other European leaders not attending, Macron, Scholz, for example. This COP was never meant to be as big as COP28 in Dubai or the upcoming COP in Brazil next year, but it is a COP that has been dubbed as the finance COP. There's going to be a particular focus on climate financing. And one thing that comes to mind is this target known as the new collective quantified goal that was set back in 2015. The goal there was for rich countries to provide developing countries with $100 billion worth of aid annually to help them with the climate transition and climate adaptation. Now, this goal is up for review, and one of the hopes is that out of COP29, we will get a new revised number. But the issue is that the need and the ask out of the developing countries is so much higher than it was. In fact, the IEA estimate that by 2030, $1 trillion a year worth of aid is necessary in order to help those countries with the transition. How we move from $100 billion to $1 trillion is going to be a big question. Where the financing comes from at a time where the global aid bucket has started to shrink, there are lots of pressures on a budget at a national level, in addition to questions about who exactly is going to be receiving those financing terms and on what conditions. Are they loans, are they grants, etc.? Now, that is the financing angle, but then, of course, you have to bear in mind that this is coming at a very politically sensitive time for the world. Geopolitically, you still have a war going on in Europe. The Ukraine-Russia war is still raging. You still have the conflict in the Middle East. You have tensions between US and China. And then the biggest new piece of news is that President Trump has now been re-elected back into the White House. And you may recall, Jennifer, that one of the first moves that President Trump took when he was president back in 2017 was withdrawing the United States from that all-important Paris 2015 framework, which enshrines that 1.5 global warming goal. So big questions about what President Trump or the return of President Trump could mean for some of these climate ambitions.